Now you know what the four tones are and their associated English sounds. Okay, the way to practice Mandarin Chinese tones, the best way is to practice the tones in combination instead of individually. So let me show you a graph that's really, really helpful for you. Okay, look at this tone. This is like a tone pinyin tone pairs table. So basically, most Chinese words are two-syllable words, and they come from one of these combinations. And we call these combinations pairs. Then Chinese words for each of these combinations are the sample words that I want you to master, which we show you in this table. So what I mean by mastering is that you need to make sure you pronounce them perfectly with 100% right tones. Don't worry, we're going to go through all these 20 words one by one. Okay, so let me switch back. Just take a look at this chart and table. Okay. Okay, great. So you saw that chart, right? Don't worry about it. And by the end of the Hangout, I'm going to list it in the description part of this event page, so you can actually go and download the chart. So the reason why mastering these 20 essential words are extremely important is because just by this foundation, in the future when you learn any new Chinese word, and this foundation will actually give you a quick association or link in between what the new word is and what you're already familiar with. And that's the most effective way to learn Chinese, because when you learn another word with a third or a second tone combination, you can just say, oh, that's easy. It's just one of the 3-2 combination word that I already know. I already know what the tones are like for this specific combination. Make sense? Okay, great. Let's wait no more and dive into these 20 essential words. I want you to master them so well. You know, I want you to, if other words don't matter, these words matter. Okay, so let's do it. The first one is the 1-1 combination. Okay, 1-1 combination. Think about 1-1 is what? Like, that's 今天, right? It's like maybe, right? Okay. Oh, just give me 1 second. I need to explain something real quick to you. Where's the sheet? I'm looking for it. Oh, by the way, so how can we tell what kind of tones these are, right? So there's something called tone marks. And what you see here is the tone mark that represents what tone it is. And I will explain that to you one by one. So let's first talk about the first tone. So 1-1 combination will sound like maybe, right? May. So today is 今天, 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 maybe, 今天, maybe. Okay, good. The 1-2 combination, which is the what? Remember? Maybe. What? Maybe. What? All right. And then the sample word is China. 中国. Maybe what? 中国. 中国. Maybe what? Maybe what? Okay, so you see for the second tone, it's just the tone mark is consistent with the second tone, which is a rising tone. And the first tone is just like a flat tone, which is consistent with the first tone. Remember? Okay, great. So 中国. So you see the tone mark completely are consistent with the tones. Okay, let's move on to the third combo. 1-3 combo. First tone and third tone. Okay, so remember the first tone is maybe, right? May, and third tone is what? Remember? That'd be really low. What did you have for lunch yesterday? Right? Third tone. Right? So maybe, maybe, So the combo would be ice water. Oh my gosh, you gotta learn this. In China, no matter where you go, no matter if it's summer or winter, they just bring you a cup of hot water all the time, right? So this is an essential word for you if you want ice water. Okay? So ice water is 冰水冰水 Alright, so the tone mark here is the third tone, right? So you say, why does it look like this? Because the third tone is actually a low flat tone, right? So the third tone is a very unique one because actually when third tone is pronounced by itself, it's a bouncing tone. But don't worry about that. For now, just remember the third tone is actually looks like a V sign, okay? So third tone is a V sign instead of like a little flat tone. Just remember that. 冰水 maybe 冰水 Remember this word 冰水 Yeah. Alright. 1-4 combination. Maybe, no. Maybe, no. May, no. And then, so you apply that tone to this, there'll be what? I know is, to know is 知道知道 So the fourth tone mark is consistent with the fourth tone as well. So this is this is like a falling tone. And then for the fourth tone, this is a falling tone as well. Alright. 知道知道 Maybe, no. Good. Okay, so now is the 1 plus 5. What does that mean? Okay, let me just show you that graph real quick. Okay. So you see the 1, 5 here. 5 is actually a neutral tone. So a tone that does not have a tone mark, we call it a toneless tone. All right. So let me switch back and I'll explain what that means. Okay. For any neutral tone, just remember two things. The neutral tone is usually in the middle of your voice range. All right. So here's the highest, this is the lowest, this is sort of in the middle. So maybe. So this will be like, like in the middle, roughly. And then it's usually very short and quick and sweet. So if other words, like character, are 2 beats, and then the toneless tone or the tone without a mark is basically just 1 beat. It's short and sweet. So when you say what's a 1-5 combination will sound like maybe, maybe, may, and it's very quick. May. All right. So, how do you say really? Really, 真的, maybe, 真的. Good. Remember this word, 真的. I'm not lying to you. Really, 真的, 非常好. All right. The 2-1 combination. The 2-1 combination is what? What may, right? What may. Good. And then it applies to this very common word tomorrow. What may 明天 What may 明天 Repeat after me. 明天 Good. 2-2 combination, that will be what? What, right? Yeah, or yes, huh, right? What? All right. And that will apply to this word next year. 明年 非常好. Very good. Next one, the 2-3 combination. 2 is second tone. And remember what? And the third is what? Third tone is what? So beer. Oh my gosh. Go to the restaurant. You're going to have the best Chinese pronunciation in the restaurant. Even better than Chinese people when you say beer. Okay? You say 啤酒. What? 啤酒. 1啤酒. 非常好. All right. 2-4 combination. What is that? What? No. What? No. All right. Something's very easy. Easy peasy. 容易 No. Like what? No. 容易 All right. The 2-5 combination, which is the neutral tone. Oh, did I mention to you that In Mandarin, there are 4 tones, and the 5th tone is a neutral tone, toneless tone, or a tone that does not have a tone mark. I just want to illustrate that just one more time. All right, the 5th tone, remember? 2 things you need to remember. For the neutral tone, it's usually in the middle of the voice range, and it's usually short, sweet, and quick. So that'll be what a, what a, what a. All right. And what is 什么? 什么? What a 什么? 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 All right, good. 下一个 next one. 3-1 combination. Third tone is what? What did you have for lunch yesterday? First tone. May. Wow, it's really that you go from the lowest your voice to the highest range. So, may, may, may. All right. And it sounds like, so to like, you say that all the time, right? 喜欢, 喜欢, 喜欢. So it sounds like So remember, 3-1 combination is 喜欢, 妹喜欢，喜欢，喜欢。Good. Next one. 3-2 combination. 3-2 combination. Remember what is number 3? Low flat tone that sounds like you know, whenever you're speaking the third tone, it's almost like you're feeling uncomfortable here because that's not something you're normally speaking all the time. You really have to go down to the bottom of your throat and voice and speak that. What? 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 非常好. And then to get up from bed, you know, if somebody, you know, is being a lazy bone in the morning, you can say, hey, get up. 起床. What? 起床, 起床, 起床. What? That's the 3-2 combination. Good. Okay, here's the tricky part. 3-3 combination. Okay, keep this in mind. Okay, 3-3 combination is a unique one. And actually, we had a specific Google Hangout on the Chinese tone rule changing in the past. And I need you to dig out that Google Hangout on YouTube and watch that lesson because I'm not going to go into details here. But basically, the rule is this. When 2 third tones are together, the first third tone becomes the second tone. As simple as that. So basically, any 3-3 combination just sounds like any 2-3 combinations. Make sense? So let's just practice the 2-3 combination here. So that'd be 2-3. That is what a. Okay, what a. Do you know the very first word you learn in Mandarin is what? 你好, hello, right? Now today is the day you're going to speaking this word perfectly. 你好. Second tone. So that'll be second tone. What a. 你好. 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 Remember, 3-3 is 你好. Okay? 非常好，非常好。下一个，3-4 combination. 3 is the lowest part, and then 4 is no, right? No. 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 We're having fun, aren't we? Yay. So, do you like fried rice? I do. So that would be 炒饭. 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 No. 非常好. 炒饭. 炒饭. Okay. 3-5 combination. Remember the neutral tone? 2 things. Short and sweet. In the middle range. In the middle part of your voice range. Yay. Okay, so you start really low. And that's in the middle. So basically you're going up a little. So So this word is the sample word. My or mine? Would. 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 Okay, would. Okay, 4-1 combination. What is fourth tone? Remember? Emphatic. No. Sure. Yeah. But just remember. No. All right? No. Maybe. Remember? No. May. No. May. No. May. What kind of gibberish I'm talking about, right? You're thinking. No. May. So the equivalent, the sample word is bread. 面包面包面包 All right, that's the second. Next one. The 4-2 combination. No, what? No, what? No, what? Okay. The question, or this word can also mean problem. 问题问题问题 No, what? 问题非常好 All right. 4-3 combination. No, no, does it sound like someone's name? Noah. Noah. No, no, and here is 这里 No, 这里这里这里非常好 4-4 combination. Do you know which word that is the 4-4 combination? Do you want me to say 再见 goodbye? That's all right. So that's 4-4 combination. It's like when you say no, no, right? 再见再见 It's not 再见 It's not 再见 It's 再见 No, no. Okay, now you can say hello and goodbye perfectly. And also ice water. And what else? Oh, 啤酒 beer, right? Okay, 再见 No, no. Very last one. I know. You're having fun. You don't want to stop. But we gotta stop somewhere. Alright. The 4-5 combination. 5, remember? Just really quick. I know you're probably thinking I'm nagging you. Okay, it's short and sweet and middle part of your voice range. So that will be no, no, so this is different from the no, before that'll be no, remember? This is no, right? No, 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 go to the middle part, go up a little bit. So that'll be, remember which word that can match this tone? Thank you. 谢谢谢谢谢谢谢谢 Remember this word. Okay, repeat after me. 谢谢 Oh, gosh. Perfect. Wonderful, wonderful. So now you know those are the Mandarin Chinese tone pairs. They're very, very important. They're like the building blocks for you to learn Chinese tones. So I highly suggest you memorize all these 20 words. And in the description part, not only I'm going to provide you what you see on the screen earlier, which is the tone pairs table with all these 20 essential words, but also I have made a little recording for you just to read those 20 words over and over again, so you can listen to them and practice. So what I suggest at the very if you just barely start learning Mandarin, what I suggest is really find a native speaker, a tutor, a friend, whoever, right? At least at the beginning, help you master these 20 words. Make sure you absolutely pronounce them 100% correctly. And then you can move on to any other words and you'll be very confident that you're speaking the right tones. Okay, so this is what we talk about tone pairs. Hi, thanks for watching this video. Now you know all 4 Chinese tones. Aren't you proud of yourself? Well, I recorded some really useful MP3 files to help you practice all 4 tones. So click here to get them for free on our website, or you can click here to go to the next lesson, or you can click down below to subscribe to our channel. We have new videos coming out every week. Alright, 下次见，再见，加油！